Oh. 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 Sai Ram, everyone.
Sai Ram.
Let me just recollect what was discussed last week. I think it's a very important sections I think we read, because Swami points out certain fundamental requirements in the path of spirituality. Swami is talking about how we cultivate nearness and dearness. How do we become the relatives of the Lord? And he says bhakti is the only way. And Swami also emphasizes the name and form are necessary for removing the dross in anyone's mind. Because sometimes we think they are dispensable. The form is dispensable, the name is dispensable, that's not needed. We can do things on our own. But Swami says the name and form are needed if anyone were to become closer and dearer to the Lord. And they may be even needed even to remove anything negative in us. And Swami says just the fact that someone is doing good may not necessarily qualify them automatically, because though they may become good candidates, that does not necessarily qualify them to become dear to the Lord. And I think those were some of the points which we discussed. I think maybe we can read those paragraphs again and continue, Saira.
Bhakta, Swami, there are many people who are active, doing various things under the slogan, "The service of man is the service of God." Do their deeds entitle them to that place? Swami, why do you ask so? Certainly, for those that do service with that attitude. But it is very hard to get that real feeling. Considering others as men, simply saying that serving them is to serve God is not sincerity. The mind will then run in two channels. Grasp the glory of Madhava, God, fully. Understand that Madhava is in every Manava. Believe that service to Manava or man is serving Madhava only. Then your actions will certainly entitle you to the place. What greater qualification is needed than that? Instead, if service is done for name and honor and fame, and if there is a craving in the mind for the fruits of one's action, then the statement, service to man is service to God, has no meaning, nor will one get the results expected.
Thank you very much, sister. So I just maybe I'll just point out, Swami says, first we need to grasp the glory of the Madhava, of the God, which is nothing but bhakti, I guess. Swami says, without cultivating bhakti, you are not serving the Lord. And I will stop there, and I will open it up for others to share your thoughts, please. Saira.
Sai Ram, I think everybody is silent this morning, so let me start something to vibrate that discussion. Okay, Swami is here. The Swami is nicely saying a couple of things to my mind. Say, some people we do service for the name and fame for ourselves maybe, and even the sadhakas, like the actual the person who is he's also craving for the results. That the place, what is that on the last sentence Swami is saying, service to man is service to God, has no meaning, nor will get the results expected. Isn't that the results on these? The other person is also expecting the results, and the aspirant also expecting the results of God, because we always say we are instrument of God. That's the reason we are doing all the service. Say if you look at the flute of Krishna was using, the flute never claimed that I am the making the that sound, the beautiful sound, because it's the God. He is creating through him. Even the chisel, when the sculpture sculpture, I don't know, that person is using it. It never claims that he's making that it's beautiful, that the Lord's form beautiful. But as a man, we think that we are doing it. Because both of them, to me, is it the same results expected is there? I'm trying to understand. Sairam.
Sairam, brother, it's a very good question. So I will open it up for discussion. Sairam.
Sairam, actually, it is natural for everybody to think on this line. How can we say, how can an aspirant has many ways of developing himself to know that he is the Atma, to know that he and God is one. Only then the maximum, the fulfillment comes. So this word is not very good, the result, but naturally it is there. In the aspirant wants to relieve, wants to understand himself through various ways. Japa, dhyana, meditation, service to humanity. These are all paths, Sarya, Kriya, Yoga, Jnana, no? Path of karma, path of worship, path of yoga, path of jnana. So, as a path of karma, the aspirant's intention, he has an intention actually, but the intention is to know himself who he is. And the Shastra says, by serving the men, adoring them as the deity that you worship to, gives you more understanding of your tattvam, Brahma Tattvam. So Brahma Tattvam is not only in me, it is in everybody. The Lord takes birth to serve the humanity. Lord can be silent. The Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says, I can be silent, I'm not working, but I am working. Why I am working? To show that others should work. So others should work. So why Bhagavan is asking, do serva? Why is Bhagavan? For the volunteers, when the volunteers go to Prasad Nilayam, Bhagavan give Pada Namaskaram to each and every volunteer. Why is giving Pada Namaskaram? People are motivated to the service in order to get a Pada Namaskaram from Sai Baba. So when we serve the people around us, especially the needy, then God comes closer to us. Then we really understand who we are. And only then our sorrow goes fully. So this is Bhagavad Gita's teaching as well. But people might confuse it why this result is expected. But this is what I could say that, and others can explain more, or if I am wrong. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, regarding the service, this is the question only. Anyone can enlighten on this. No, when I think of from ancient time to these days, there have been so many great devotees in all sects of Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism, whatever, in India. But when I think, I can think only this way. They they are bhaktas or yogis, whoever it is, they realize the divinity, they find God with a name or they are Ishtadeva, whatever. They became a great spiritual attainment, and then they naturally they have compassion towards all humans or even all living beings, that we have seen in many great saints and sages. But I can't think even one example who attained that state by serving humanity or whatever. So, but Swami has been stressing so much on service. So I just trying to understand this. Anyone can please enlighten on this side.
Hi, Ram, brother. A very, very pertinent question. I think complements what Brother Arul has already asked. I will again open it up for others to comment and share your thoughts.
Oh, Sairam, brother. Service to man, service to God. When you doing, and you have to understand you are the instrument. The God created everything. God knows how to take care of them. But God is giving you opportunity for you to do the service, bring the love. It will take away your ego, like and dislike. It will take you towards invertedly to the God. When you get love, and there won't be any discrimination, then you always going to be Ananda. So make you to understand that is the main reason. At the same time, when we do the service, we are not supposed to do with our body consciousness. So you have to surrender everything. You know that you are doing God's job. So that fruit of the action is not yours. When you have good, even if you do the good service. So last time we talked about tree and the seed. The seeds become tree becomes seeds. Then you're going to go, because of the good service, you may go to the heaven and you have to come back again. The birth cycle is going to be continued. So you have to develop the love that without the body conscious, then your love is equivalent to the God love. Then you can merge with the God. That is my understanding, brother. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else?
I want to just add to these points, whatever you have already discussed here. Say, in Ramayana, when the bridge was built, Lord Rama asked Hanuman to build the bridge, and all the Vanaras took part in that building that bridge. Why I am asking, telling this is, isn't that the monkey feeling in us thinking that we are serving Lord? Because the God doesn't need our service. He can do anything and everything in this world, in this creation, because that is it is his creation. And isn't that the monkey feeling within us thinking that we are serving Lord? He doesn't need us. If our role is not there, someone else is going to be there to do the service for somebody else. Because is that monkey feeling that in me thinking, hey, I'm the one did it. That's a bad feeling in me, is putting me into that position. That's my feeling is. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you, Sairam. It's a very good, it's a very big issue among the aspirants. Real issue. Some people don't do that because thinking that we develop ego. That Brother Dasan pointed out. This Baba saying that engage in activities, social work, develop your brethren to develop your love towards God, because God is in everybody. So if you are selfish, oh, let me develop myself, then when we are going to develop ourselves, we don't know. So until we develop ourselves, let me not go and do the work. Let me not think of others. Why these societies, the samitis were formed by Bhagavan? Because it is a spiritual. This is a spiritual sadhana for the individual to erase the ego from him. So if we feel that when I do, ego develops in me and spoils my spiritual sadhana, then let me not do that. Do some other sadhanas, reading, literature, everything. Then when you know that, oh, I don't feel any ego, at that time you can start to serve to enhance your spiritual development. So it is stressed by Bhagavan's avatar, engage, so that you will soon remove your ego and you will understand your reality, and that will give you permanent happiness. Otherwise, you will be in the dark. So that's the thing. And Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavan's everything same. And I think it's better some people like brother explain that all sides of the problem and the solution for this one.
Sairam, brother, I just wanted to add to Brother Sivadas. Really, we have to define what is service means. So, in addition to Brother Sivadas, so if then that will give everyone a good understanding. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, the selfless service destroy our bad qualities in our heart and put us on the path of the spiritual. And this is a first steps to that spiritual path. And then the Hanuman, that because of the service, he got attained that position better than that Rama's brothers. No, the last time that they didn't give a chance to that serve to Rama, then Rama that decided to give him a chance to that he can serve the Lord. No, the service only that gave him the chance. There's a selfless service only that we are not expecting anything from that service. Just give the proper chance or proper way to attain the whatever our aim. Thank you, Saira.
Sairam, I'm glad Sister Aruna asked what is actually a real meaning of service. And here I just want to share basically something I have read, or the story, or little knowledge, or what I believe in. Service is basically we're not helping others, we are helping ourselves. It's basically when we see a pain of others, and if it's affecting us, we are releasing our pain by helping others. That's what the service is, that am I releasing my pain? Am I not worried? Let me just help because I will feel better, not the ego, the pain will not be there. So I believe the service is basically when people say, thank you, you did this, basically at times I feel I didn't do a favor because it was upsetting me. That's why I extended my hand so that I will feel little relief and not in stress or not, feel basically sad about situation. So I believe from all Swami's teachings and little stories I've heard that service is basically you're helping yourself to release yourself from that pain you feel for others. Sairam.
Thank you, sister. That's a great point. Thank you, Sairam.
Anyone else would like to share any thoughts, please?
Sairam, brother. I really, in addition to Sister Sivani, and we really need to discuss that particular word to understand clearly, because that's involved with a lot of Swami. With that word, it's included so many things. So I would like that to be touched in order for everyone to be in line with what Swami's teaching is. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, sister. Anyone else would like to share any thoughts? I guess everyone's silent, I guess. I think, I will first start with saying that, what Swami's real teaching of Seva, I think we'll find out when we really reach him. Okay, so until then, our idea of service can only grow. So I think I will share what I understand from this. I think first I will start with Brother Arul's first question. Why is the devotee expecting a result? I think that's where I think Brother Sivadas has addressed it to some extent, but I thought I will just another facet of it. For example, we all know that sometimes we tend to help people, but sometimes it doesn't succeed. Just leave Swami out of the picture. Somebody you are sometimes trying to do something good for somebody, and they think actually you harm them. So for example, if somebody is sick and I'm a doctor, I'm giving a medicine, but the medicine may have a completely different result. So what happens is the doctor may think this is the medicine for this person, because the level of diagnosis and the problem and the solution which the person individually thinks is right may not be right actually, because there's so much. It's the human body itself is vast. So even when we try to help people, our intention of helping may never fructify, will never happen complete. It will be only complete if the Lord gets in and completes it. And there's a nice saying, a doctor can only treat, only God can cure. Okay, so it is like that. Even if I serve somebody food, that doesn't mean that person will be hunger and the problem will be subsided, because the person may eat the food and have indigestion, or even they may be an allergic reaction. So there are many things which God takes care of and which every person should understand. So that's why Swami is saying, if we think, oh Lord, I am giving you to the, the Lord who is feeding the Lord within the stomach, aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam. God is residing in somebody's stomach and I'm feeding that God. If I think and give, then God will take care of. So I think that's what Swami is trying to say. So even in our small, leave aside getting close to the Lord. Because Swami doesn't like you thinking, okay, if I do this, I will get close. Then he will say, this is not a business transaction. Don't think you can buy me. Okay, that's what he will say. So I think that is very tricky. If I say, Swami, I'm doing this service, then I will be close to you. He will say, oh, you think you are doing it? So even that thought should not come, because that is the whole purpose of Seva. I can't say I'm doing this so the Lord will be happy. No, even that should not be there. We should do only out of love for the Lord. And that's why, because what happens otherwise, we will do some service and say, oh, no one is coming to do this Seva, everyone is talking about. I will not be worried about it. I am doing this. I am happy that I got an opportunity to serve the Lord. So I think that is the reason. Then we can ask, why did Swami set up this organization and people are doing service? Because what happens when you come to do service, as Brother Sivada said, the ego will somehow get erased. There will be so many interactions with others. Ego will be erased. And we sometimes talk, everyone talks about selfless service. The word selfless comes only when we are completely surrendered to the Lord. Until then, selflessness doesn't come. Selflessness is actually the result of all our sadhana. No, if anyone says I'm doing selfless service, then they're, I think, they may be fooling them. They may be fooling them, because the person who is doing selfless service will never even say that. If a person says, I am doing selfless service, that means that in the sentence itself, I has come. Okay, so selfless service is the goal which we are reaching. Okay, I love the Lord is something God will accept. Okay, if I say I'm serving, then it's a big problem. Then I think Sister Sivani said, we feel somebody's pain and we do, we help because we want to remove the pain in us. This is the way most service activities in this world are taking. All community service in this world is taking place with that. Because somebody is suffering, I want to help. There are so many social service organizations. Swami has many times told, I don't need another community service organization. I didn't create Sathya Sai organization for that purpose. And people are not understanding that. If they want to do such service, they can join so many organizations and do service. Those are not bad actions. They are actually good activities. They're very good activities, which is sattvic. But Swami will say that will not necessarily take you towards the Lord. Whereas Sri Sathya Sai organization service is meant to be a vehicle to get to the Lord. Then I will come to the point which Brother Harold said. In the history, we can't find anyone who has done service. It's a fact. It is a fact. And Swami will say, all of them did service without even saying that they are doing service. Every small act of theirs was served. It became seva to the Lord. That's why the Pada Sevanam is a text, because a person who is serving the Lord will be always serving everyone. Even if they walk along the street, they will be serving everyone because they'll be spreading God's light. That's what Swami would say. So none of them did. So as a karma yogi, the only person Swami has identified is Janaka Maharaja. Okay, or Hanuman. These are the two examples Swami has given in any of his discourse as a servant of the Lord. And Swami will say, Hanuman, when he went to Lanka, when Ravana asked, who are you? He didn't even give his name. He said, I am the servant of the Lord of Ayodhya. Okay, that was his introduction. Swami says, nowadays, if somebody goes somewhere and asks, who are you? They will first say their name. They don't want to even tell which place they are coming from. Swami and Swami's name is just forgotten. They will say that is not important. We don't want to market Swami. We will just market ourselves. Sometimes we don't realize that we are marketing ourselves without marketing Swami, because the marketing becomes our idea. So Swami says they are like the Peter, Saint Peter. Swami says when he was, then the Roman guards caught him when Jesus was arrested. Are you with him? He said, no, I am not with him, and he ran away. Okay, that is Saint Peter. Swami in one or two discourses is saying, most devotees are like that. They don't want to identify even with me. So with those, I hope these are my opinions, I would say, or my understanding. I will stop here. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram is a very beautiful explanation. It's understanding. I also feel the same way you explain. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, I can share with you one story from Swami that one devotee was. Swami sent the students for the service. So the Swami was asking how should service going today. So they said, we will, Swami. Then Swami asked, did you meet Radhama? Then they said, no, we didn't know the name of Radhama. Then Swami explained that she was given to the Rakimut to eat and drinks and those sort of things. So then we understand her. Then Swami was saying that she is a very good service. She's doing very good service. She said, Swami said. Swami, they didn't understand why he said. He's a very good midwife, he said, Swami. Then Swami again told them that and she is the best midwife in the world, Swami said. The reason before she started work, she was offer his service to Swami before she's starting. Swami is doing the work through me. I am not doing the service. Then she started the work. That why she's offering to God. So then there's nobody want to suspect that the work is not going bad, no? Because they saw God's take over this work. Then this is the best way we can also do that. Offer the work to Swami before we start work. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. A very nice story. Yes, I remember. It's good that you remembered and shared. Thank you very much.
Sai Ram is a current example here. If Brother Arano want to stay at home, because children are there and 3 children and needy, they want help. So if he confines himself in cooking and looking after, and what will happen now to people who are here for 1 year? So why is he doing this one? Why he is volunteered to set up the Zoom or whatever it is and take the Vahinis and analyze and ask us to do this? Why he is doing that one? It's out of love. Love that everybody should improve. Everybody should come out of his sorrow, because to lift them up, to make their face shine, and he wanted to help others to bring to the level that he is. So if he has not done that, that this 1 year, the benefit that accrued during the 1 year, everybody agreed that in the last, when we did that, everybody said, oh, we want this one, we understood this one, we need this one badly, and everybody is coming here in the morning or afternoon, everything. Why? So there is something that gives us spiritually some benefit in us. So that's why everybody is coming. If anybody comes to show his talents, I don't think it is like that, no. To say that. So sharing, so that everybody can be happy, everybody can grow. And so many people have asked so many questions. So these questions were in their mind, you know. So when they come here and when they discuss and they try to understand, at least 50%, 60%, 70% understanding. So if so whatever the talent that we have to make use of it. Because these talents, we got it from the community, and we have the debt to pay back to community. So in whatever form it is, all talents given to people must be used for the benefit of the society. That's only one. And the ideal example that Shivani said, Bhagawan has said in many stories in that one, that to release your pain, you are doing that. That is the correct definition Bhagavan has said it. Yeah, at least, yeah, the Varno is relieving his pain, that these people need to improve. So that is the basis of that. Thank you, Sairam. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, brother, I have to correct it before others say anything.
Yeah.
See, I am here not to serve you all, because if Swami is giving me understanding, Swami is capable of giving all of you understanding. Okay, if you think I have understood anything better than others. I come here only to read Swami's words again and again, derive so much joy. Number one. I come here because others are so loving of Swami, just to be in their company and read this together with them. I am coming. You know, the thing is, if anyone understands, the reality is, I may be blabbering something. If you have understood anything, it is only Swami has communicated, because my words cannot have the impact as much as what Swami's words have. Just the way you all are benefiting, I'm also benefiting every session. So I just wanted to say, because even if I'm able to speak, my mouth can open and the voice can come out only because of his grace. Okay, so, and he say, that's why there's a very famous shloka. They say the dumb can speak, the cripple can climb the mountain. Okay, that is the grace of the Lord. So, you know, I should not delude myself that I'm doing any service. I am coming just like each one of you, just to enjoy Swami's words, sharing the joy which you all are experiencing, and go and you know, I feel my week has been well spent. You know, it's such an enjoyable satsangatve nisangam. So it is a very, very good satsang. So I thought I will clarify that. Sairam. It's not, I'm not saying out of humility. I really believe. Okay, Sairam.
Sairam, whenever we do, brother, whatever you are doing it, in scientific way, there is a thing from our brain is releasing dopamine. is giving us the strength and more believing in God, and when we help others is help us to live better, and also giving us the strength to do more service. That is also scientifically is proven. Sairam.
Sairam, brother, I'd like to add one more thing, add to the brother Sivadas. When only few thousands people were with the Swami all the time, so you are one of them. So how many people are doing that kind of service? You know, Baba, not like other organization, hey, when you got the job or when you go to different countries, send some money. Baba is not asking that one. Whatever you experience, whatever you learn, share with other people. Your life is my message. That's what Baba wants. Baba doesn't want anything. When you experience your own thing, we also enjoying that. It can be you or some other person. But how many people are doing that kind of things? That's what Baba wants. When the people around them, they had good opportunity to enjoy his leelas and his love. And his love, not everybody can understand when you look at his eye. So that love has to be spread. Thank you, Sairam, brother.
Sairam, I just want to state my why. Right from the beginning, I involved in even back at home or even in centers here, so many plays and everything. So Balviya's teaching, but why I am doing is I believed in Baba's words. Baba said, any talent that you got is God's talent. That you got it from your community. So you have a debt. So that you learned from others. For example, people may not believe me. I am a Tamil medium throughout the history of education. But I was reading Kasturi's Sathya Sai Speaks volume even when I was a young person, 20. Then I developed the language through Kasturi. Every day I am thinking of Kasturi. Because of Sathya Sai volumes, because of Kasturi, I got that, and I did diploma in English. I got through that through his reading of the Kasturi's language. Every day I'm thinking Kasturi. So if anybody talk about Kasturi, or he wanted a mantra and Baba didn't give it, and I don't like that one because we don't understand Kasturi. So likewise, this whatever that we learn from society, we have debt in us, so we have to pay back the debt. So that is why I involve in whatever the way that I do. I don't want to say service, but whatever I do is due to that. That's what I want to set my stand here. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you.
Sairam, we all do the service, I guess, that for our pain relief, I guess, if somebody is suffering or bad in a position of feeling bad, we have to help them. That they are not getting benefit out of that. That we are getting out of benefit from that. There's a small story. There's a sadhu was going on the way that he was found that one calf was struggling in a mud field. No, he cannot move about. So there are children throwing stone at that calf. No, that didn't suffer. So that sadhu was pity on that calf and went to that near the half and take it out from the mud and put it to the outside. No, the voice was shouting that, "Are you doing service to that calf? Why you are doing that? Leave that that way." He said, "I'm not doing, not helping to the half because I am helping myself because my heart is paining because of that suffering for that half. That's why I'm doing this. I took the half from there to outside." He said. So that's the way we can do the service to others. Thank you, sir.
Sai Ram, just to give you a little practical why I said that, you know what is happening in India. So I was talking to family members and they were really talking about how the government and the policies and whatever happened because of that. And I could hear the pain in people's voice when they're saying what is happening there, how people are just dying basically on streets. That is what is happening. And the simple question I asked, okay, whatever is happening and you're feeling the pain, what are you doing? And there was no answer. What are you doing rather than complaining who did, raising finger on other people or the government or whatever? What am I doing a little bit at the squirrel in building that bridge in Ramayana? She said, whatever I can help, let me help. There was no help. Just the attitude of service is very important. That's what I have learned from Bhagawan. It's not the under Sai umbrella, I will do it, but do I have an attitude that my eyes just see opportunity to serve people? Any opportunity, just lifting a glass of water, if it's helping somebody, can I be that help? Can I be that instrument to lift that glass of water and give it to somebody? It's just my 2 cents. Sorry, I might be a little overwhelmed with what is happening, but people are not doing anything. Though we feel pain, but we complain. And that's what hurts me more than when we complain, but we don't help. Whether my Sai sisters, whether outside. So can it be that from this lessons we learned, rather than complaining about other, what am I doing to release some pain of people or society or the nation? Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, sister.
Sai Ram, brother, one second. The 36th birthday, I was referring this same thing again earlier also. On his 36th birthday, Bhagawan gave a discourse. And he listed 36 axioms, quotation. I mentioned it earlier.
Swami's gift to all the devotees. Treat.
36, 36.
Yeah, Swami told that is my birthday gift to all my devotees. And
Yeah.
I distributed 36 sweets.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Sweet. That's one of them is saying, if we are overestimating you and doing seva, that is ego. And if you have some talents, but if you are not using to benefit others, you are doing a theft. This is the word. You can go anybody. 36. So if I have not contributed what I know, then I am a thief. So if I do more than, I estimate myself more than what I have and my talents are, and if I am trying to do it, then that's ego. So these are clear. These are very good things. That I think that is the best of the study circle. I think everybody has to understand this one. Thank you, Sairam. This is what I want to know. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, brother, if I have the knowledge and if I don't extend to others to be benefit from that knowledge, how can it be a theft? Maybe I don't give it to other people, but I'm wondering how can it be defined as a theft?
Because, thank you, Sarah. Because I got it from society. Because I was not born and talented in everything, no? So I used to play script and enacted so many plays in my center, so many plays. So nobody comes with the talents. We come here due to the God's circumstances. We develop certain skills. Then that community gave me the skills. So that is a borrowed. It is I am debt. It is a debt for me if I am not paying back to that society. The society could be anybody. If I learned it in Sri Lanka, I can pay it in Canada. It doesn't matter. I had to pay it back. So that is what Bhagawan is saying. It is a theft because you learned it from others, but you are not paying dakshina. Dakshina. From anything, if you learn, you have to pay dakshina. That's the principle Shastra says. So that is why the Bhavan used the word theft. Brother has seen that one. Thank you, Saira.
Sairam, this is Soundari. I just want to add to what Uncle Sivada said. So basically, from my understanding of this, it looks like whatever talents we have not only comes from the community, but it comes from the universe, right? So it's a bit larger. I see it from a larger perspective. So God gives it to us, whether it's a talent or whether it is some kind of knowledge or anything that we have learned in this life. So it is our duty to share that information with other people, or take advantage of that to help other people. So that's how I think they see it. And probably Swami has used the word theft because if you don't share it or pass it on to anybody else, then it's going to be a waste that you have it.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Yeah.
Sairam, the talent or knowledge that you have when you are sharing, also you're supposed to be very careful that you shouldn't think that I know. And you are sharing. Then that you are in humbly, you are saying, Swami, I'm offering. And every word that you utter or says, that also is a service. If anyone gets hurt with that word, then you are not doing the service there. And your action, but your body language, even your words, anything that doesn't go with Swami's teaching, then the service will not reach anybody. And again, that's going to be against to the Swami's code of conduct. One of the things, speak softly and lovingly. And other code is you're going to hurt the other person. So every service that we do, we have to represent Swami's teaching and represent what Swami, all the time, the core teaching supposed to be there. Just adding one more thing here. Thank you, Sairam.
So Sairam brother, I'd like to add one more thing of Brother Sivadas about the theft. If you're in a company, you go for a course and you are using the company money. And once you get the knowledge and you have to practice that one, you are supposed to share with other people. If you don't do that one both, then it's a theft. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you very much for that.
Sairam, I like to share a story that I learned long ago when I listened to a cassette of Bhaja Govindam by M.S. Subbalakshmi. The introduction Chakravarti Rajagopalachari are giving is for M.S. Subbalakshmi's service to mankind by singing the all hymns and Vedas and all. So he's telling knowledge, wisdom and wealth, if it's not shared, it will be wasted. In his introduction, he is telling. So he is praising M.S. Subbalakshmi's service to mankind by singing the glory of God. Thank you, Sai.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you. That's a Bhagawan rewarded her, no, immensely. We have seen the video of how Bhagavan held her hand and take her to the mic and make her speak and listen to him. When she says, Swami, so Bhagavan looks at her like that. So this is what there's so much, because if there is no Subbalakshmi, and our devotion would have so much we developed through their talents.
Can I add something? So when Swami asked her to speak about, and she said, I'm a singer, I don't know what to speak. And then, say something. Swami, you are my father, you are my mother. And then Swami said, that's the best speech I ever heard that comes from the heart.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, I have a question here, like on the Swami's answer on this particular paragraph, on the fifth line, I think. The mind will then run into two channels. What is that? What is that? Two channels Swami is mentioning. considering the others as men, simply saying that serving them is to serve God is not sincerity. The mind will then run into two channels. Grasp the glory of Madhava. What is that Swami is trying to say? Thank you, Saira.
Thank you, brother. You have attention to details. I will again open it up for others to share. What did you understand from? With every word of Swami, every sentence, there is so much meaning. I think it's very good that you wanted us all to dwell on it. I will open it up for discussion.
The two channels are that one is worldly, other one is spiritual, and one is selfish, other one is selfless. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother.
Sairam, I think what Swami means there is if we really don't have that feeling that when we are serving the God, don't even see them as men or whoever, and completely thinking as Swami and serve. Without that attitude, even if we have the slightest idea that they're doing, they are men like men, and but for the just say we are serving God without that sincere feeling, then I think we are the mind is deceiving us. We are deceiving ourselves, and as a worldly attitude, and but at the same time giving deceiving ourselves and others as doing a spiritual, doing service to God. I think that twin way, that line of thinking, that's what Swami means, I think. I'm not too sure, Sairam.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
So, Sairam, brother, I think the mind can go if you don't have that fruit of the action to the God. That means two channels were fruit of the action, expecting the action. Other ones may be the fame. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Anyone else would like to share?
Sairam?
Yes, sister.
Yeah, I'm from VP Shamini. Like answer to uncle, I went through something before, like how to do selfless service. It's Swami saying it helps to control and purify our mind. It puts a ceiling on our desire. It erases our karmic burden. It removes the ego. It brings love into our lives. It helps us experience the unity of all. It makes us aware of God within us. And it aids us in winning the grace of God. And Swami always say, I just found this while you all are going through, I just found this. Is it okay if I read? Swami say, do not worry about the results. Help as much as you can, as efficiently as you can, as silently as you can, and lovingly as you can. Leave the rest to God, who gave you a chance to serve. So I thought I just opened and it came up. So I thought I'll share with you guys. I'm just a silent listener. So this time I thought I'll talk to you all. Sairam, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Sairam.
Sairam, sister, thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing and opening up and speaking. Wonderful. As you can see, Swami says, just surrender everything to the Lord and just do. Very nice. And I think maybe I will just comment on the two channels. I think there it can be, I think, understood in many ways. One of it could be that we think God is separate from the world. That's Dvaita Bhava, Swami would say. That's I think Brother Vimalesan also already highlighted, which is, we have two channels working. One is we think one is God, the other one is world. As long as those two are there, even when we are doing good, it's a two-channel path. As all of us know, Swami always talks about Advaita. Those two has to merge, and only you should be serving God. So Swami does not want us to have a thought that there is a world separate from God. That's why I understood it, because the mind, that's the way it treats, generally, there is man, there is world, there is spirituality, there is worldly. Swami says, make it all both same. One, I think in Dhyana Vahini we discussed, Ekachitta, you should have one unified mind. I think that also Swami is mentioning. I think others also have mentioned, like I think Brother Rajagopal said, external and internal. The mind runs outside and mind runs inside also. So it is the duality in the mind. I think that's what that seems to be for me. I think, but everyone, I think it's there are hundreds and thousands of meanings we can take from Swami's words. As long as I think that helps us to move forward, I think that's wonderful. Sahira, thanks.
Sairam, so like in the prayer, silence is golden. Only in death of silence, Swami, we speak with Swami. Like also when we do service, it's not I and who is receiving end and giving end. The oneness of feeling is important, right?
Yeah, that's what brother explained. The Advaitic
yeah.
Bhavam, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's no two, no. One, same one is serving. Actually, when I do service, it is serving, I am serving myself. That's the meaning, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's like the food prayer, we say Brahma Padam, Brahma Havir, Brahma. No, the God is the one who is the food. He is the one who is eating. He is the one who is feeding. He is, he wants us to cultivate that attitude. Food is, everything is him. The doer, the person who benefits, the person who enjoys, everything is the Lord. I think that Swami always stresses. I guess we just stuck with just one question and answer, and
actually we need, everybody needs this information. No, that very good. Actually, it's very good. But as Brother Arul said, the last line will confuse everybody. As nor will one get result expected. So why everybody karma and Bhagavad Gita saying don't expect fruit? Then why it is that? That is
so the word which Swami has used, when you translate in English, it's slightly. Swami says, "Ni panulaku panukunna palitamu radu." Palitamu radu, he says. That means the goal will not be realized. Any objective will be not realized.
Yeah.
In whatever you do, the palitamu. Palitamu means it will not fructify.
Yeah.
It's a very, I don't know whether it's a result. It's like, it will not fructify is the right word. Palitamu means, that's
when we started, we have gone through pages and pages for a day. Now people are interested. The pages and pages is reduced to few pages. Now even paragraph is not moving. Soon the lines not going to move too. Thank you, Sairam.
I concur with Brother Dasan's point, because there is another line here too, like on this, the other one is saying, then your actions will certainly entitle you to the place. Because I don't know whether it's in the previous paragraphs or in the after the paragraphs is coming up, something like that, that the Swami is talking about the candidacy. It's the eligible candidate, but the people, they are claiming they are doing the service. Aren't they not eligible for the Swami's, to attain the Swami's feet? They are, but when the two of those candidates are considered, the person who is doing with the attitude of serving Swami, serving the Lord, is a better candidate than the other person. So that's what Swami is trying to say here. Then your actions will certainly entitle you to the place.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Swami is using those, is very nicely putting those informations to us. Thank you, Saira.
Sairam, brother. Sairam,
Yeah.
this question, I don't know, it's really basic, but it has, I know, I trying to understand. Swami says service to man. So now we try to understand the service part. So why Swami define only with the man, humanity? If that is service goes to all kind of, so just trying to understand why that word also, I'm just now thinking like,
Sister, tell me a very good fine word. Can you say it again?
service to man, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of limiting. So then I'm trying to understand that part.
Are you saying, sister, that service to woman is not service to God?
No, Sairam brother. I'm saying
not to the humanity, I'm really mean. Service is everything, right? So why it was Swami is given more prayer or prominent for the man, that means humanity.
Without, you're saying without animals and plants, only.
Yes, exactly.
I think so. The Aruna's point is why Swami has put a service to man, the human, but why Swami hasn't added to the other creatures, the maybe animals, so the other living beings in the universe, why Swami hasn't added. That's, I believe, Swami's, the Sister Aruna's point.
So,
Maybe.
sister, okay, so I think I will address that question before others get in.
Yeah.
See, I think first, Sanskrit is a very profound language. So the word which is used is called Manava.
Yeah.
Okay. Manava means those who are the descendants of Manu. Okay. So who is the descendants of Manu means Manu, the entire world has come from Manu. Okay. So the thing is, but how do you have an English word which we can use? We cannot. So Manava means anything which has descended from Manu is okay. So then you should understand what is Manvantara. Manvantara means there are in one Manvantara there are many Chatur Yugas. So see, Brahma is first created progeny, his children, and all of them are becoming sannyasis, and all of them are called Manasa Putras. Apparently, Brahma created them with his thought. From the mind of Brahma, everything came out. So the thing is, that is why when we translate and when we have a limited understanding, even the word theft, we have an understanding of what is theft. And, but the way when Swami uses, he is using every word in a very profound sense. And if you look at the Sanskrit word and try to unravel the meaning, each layer you peel, you will get a new meaning. You will get a more profound meaning. So the word Manava is very, very important. But you have to translate. So you pick one word in the dictionary and say the man. But that word man, Swami always uses the word, the study of mankind is man. Swami, it's an English quotation.
Sairam, in Tamil we say Makkal server is Mahesan server.
Yeah, so it's all translation. But Sanskrit as a language has this ability to pack a lot of meaning in one word. And you can and it will produce so much knowledge. That's all. So it is not man, it's Manava. Manava covers everything, including stones and inanimate objects. Into creation.
Yes, thank you so much.
Then you can say Madhava. Why? What about Shiva? Madhava means Vishnu. So if we say mankind are we not serving Vishnu? Are we not serving Brahma? All these questions will come up because language is a problem sometimes. Okay, Saira.
Brother Kalyani, I think I didn't read it, but they put a question, no? So
I think Kalyani.
It wasn't just it was just a quote that was relevant to the previous discussion, but
okay, please, why don't you read it out, Kalyani?
It's from Satya Sai Speaks, Volume 1. Swami is saying, it was mentioned in the Gita that you should not care for the fruit of your action, but I say now that you may value the result of your actions to a limited extent. That advice was given according to the conditions prevalent then and the delusion that Arjuna suffered. Since it will increase your bliss, Ananda, and give you greater strength to your spiritual practices, I say now that so far as spiritual practices is concerned, you can do them with a keen eye on the Ananda that you will ultimately derive.
Yeah, very good. That's
Thank you, Kalyan.
yeah. Actually, Bhavan categorically said it there. Very good point there. But Bhavan is saying everywhere, but here in this place, categorically said that we are when we do, we aim receiving Ananda. There's a intention in behind it. Otherwise, nobody, even the jnanis, will not do seva. So Ananda is the fruit they are expecting, but Bhavan said you can say like this. Yeah. Thank you, Zaira.
Sairam, the brothers and sisters, one little clarification about the very last part or the very last statement. In here, Swami said we shouldn't expect in the results when we do the service. I understand in some of the worldly benefits point of view. Say for an example, even from our age 5 or 6, a teacher teaches us all kind of things. It could be the worldly education or the spiritual education too. Maybe all the teachers or gurus, they expect us to gain something, and if we don't learn what they teach us, or if they don't practice what they teach us, my question is whether as a guru or teacher, they shouldn't expect anything from their students or disciples, whether can't they be upset if they don't practice or if they don't go in the right path, even though years if they study, or if they have spent their time, maybe the whole 10 years with us, if they don't improve, can they be upset with us, or whether here it shows, guru or teacher, they shouldn't expect anything from what they serve to their students or disciples. That sort of maybe question just popped up in my mind, whether that is different from the results here indicated in the last line.
Thank you very much, sister. Thank you. Again, I will open it up for discussion. Others can share.
I think, Sairam, Mata, Pita, Guru, Daivam is everything is according our karma. Even the teachers teach the thing, absorbing also, we have to have the good karma to absorb, Sairam.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, thank you. Good point, I think. So, but the teacher may be pained. So the teacher may feel pained when the students are not listening or practicing, but he will not disturb himself, as Sister Ambika said, because everything is done due to karma. So if the boy's karma or the student's karma is like that, we can't help it. But because each one is in different stages, but our duty is to love and serve. And if they are not catching it, and we should not worry. We should not worry. That's the Gita teaching also. Jairam.
Thank you.
The teachers, gurus, they teach the good path. So up to the students, how they grasp, how they work, how they practice. Even Pandavas, even Duryodhana's teacher is same. Pandavas result we can see. and through Yogana's result you can see. So up to you how you work hard, how you practice, how you understand. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you.
Anyone else? So I guess we can continue to have statistics, about 10 statistics on this topic, but I think we can just
yeah, we can move. Yeah, thank you so
at
much.
least we'll read. I think it's 10:10. At least we'll read, and we may not exhaustively discuss, but at least we can contemplate on it. So please, next slide.
Bhakta, it is very interesting, Swami. Speaking about the Bhagavatam evoked many holy ideas and morals today. So if one delves into it, what invaluable truths will emanate? I am indeed blessed this day. Swami, have you understood it all? Bhagavatam is the story of the beginningless, the endless Atma. It is in both forms, subtle and gross. It is subtler than the subtlest, grosser than the grossest. It has no limit or measure. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata are itihasas, historical epics. The Bhagavatam is different. It is the description of the Atma. It instructs in the path of bhakti. It can never end, nor has it ever a fini. This is the significance of the Bhagavatam.
Thank you very much, sister. I don't know what I should say. I'll again open it up for others to. Swami has said it all. It just this. He's just giving us a glimpse of this eternal knowledge, I guess, of Lord Himself, and He's saying how valuable it is in the path of bhakti. That's all I can say. I will stop here. Others can share your thoughts, please.
Brother, I think that's more discussion need to take place, but the Bhagavatam is instruct in the path of bhakti. So some kind of instruction we have to learn there, and it can never end. What that also it's something we have to understand. I really didn't get it though. Thank you, Saira.
Sairam, so if we would like to know more about Bhagavatam, is it Swami's Bhagavata Vahini that we need to start with? Actually, I read few chapters. It's mostly Parikshit. Yeah.
Krishna, mostly 90% Krishna story. Sugar is telling Parikshit, yeah.
Right. As brother said, one day the snake bite is happening in the next 7 days, and Namasmarana, how it helped Namasmarana and meditation.
And and Sairam, and also say Bhagavatam is Krishna Bhagavatam, Krishna's Bhagavatam. Vyasa wrote it, and so many volumes. Some say I think 18. But now Sai Bhagavatam. Sai Bhagavatam cannot be contained in a book. It cannot be contained. It will never be contained in a book. So the Sai Bhagavatam lives, and now Krishna born 5,200 years ago. Now Sai came, and Sai Bhagavatam expands, and this Sai Bhagavatam, and Krishna Bhagavatam, or even Rama Bhagavatam, everything is Bhagavatam. And after, we don't know how many years after, another God incarnate will come in like this full avatar come. Then that Bhagavatam will be added to the humanity. Now is the Krishna Bhagavatam is there. Now Sai Bhagavatam is there. And after so many thousand years after, another Bhagavatam is there. And Baba, when Baba erected the Hanuman statue, he said, because of the colossal workup, they suggested they made it as a hollow thing, inside nothing but only outside. Bhagavan said, no. This should stand thousands and thousands years after. It will stand as testimony to this avatar. So there's a future ahead, and in that future also there will be an incarnation, and there will be a Bhagavatam of that. So Bhagavatam is endless. It speaks about the love only. Without love, nothing can be attained. Whether knowledge or yoga, karma, nothing can help a person to realize divinity. So that Bhagavatam has no end. That's a meaning as far as I know that. Thank you, sir.
Sairam, brother. The Bhagavad clearly mentioned whatever Brother Arno said, is talk about bhakti and the knowledge. And with those two things, you can attain the moksha. So the knowledge, they are talking about Bhagavad, that between the individual and the God experience. So you have the same experience too. So that will, when you think about your experience, others' experience, whatever the Bhagavad talking about, that will give you ananda, and you will think, I can also attain the moksha by reading this all. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much.
Just to add, Parikshit is son of Abhimanyu, and saints and sages gave him the name of Parikshit, Parichai, or test, examination or inquiry. Who am I? Where am I coming from? Where am I going? I am God. To realize that inquiry, the name given Parikshit. Parichai, examination.
Yeah, thanks.
Sairam, I want to ask something on the Swami's response to this question. It is in both forms, subtle and gross, because even in the Ramayana, we were reading about the gunas, like those three wives to Dasratha, and Dasratha is Indriyas, that's 10 Indriyas, and then the Satyas, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, and we all discussed those in elaborate, in a nicely detailed manner. But my question is, what is it in a subtle form and a subtle form that we are going to have in this in the Bhagavatam? And the gross form may be that the Lord appears in different forms, like the avatars. We discussed that also. Rama, Krishna, Narasimha, Balaraman, and all these kind of Kurma, all these things we discussed it. But what is the subtle form we are Swami is trying to say here? Thank you, Saira.
It is Atma. It talks about Atma, no? It's Atma, it's a subtle here, and the stories are gross. Yeah, brother, can you say that?
Yeah, sorry, anyone else?
No, I think the brother Arul's question, in my thinking also, it's a very valid question. In here, they put the subtle form and the gross form. In most of the cases, we have in the different avatars, we have folks focused on the gross form. The brother Arul is asking where the subtle form kind of avatar focused, whether there's a particular avatar focused on the subtle form. Maybe that's my understanding from Brother Arul's question. Maybe he may confirm whether that is his question, or maybe that's my understanding, whether there is any particular avatar that focus on the subtle form.
So I think it's a good, I think what I would say is it's a very good question. And as we know, the answer to that also will be endless. So what we will do is we'll continue from where we left off at the next study circle, if it's okay.
Okay, yeah.
Because once we start, I think, it'll go on. But I think it's something for all of us to contemplate and meditate on, I guess. And we will continue this next week, if it's okay, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And I think we will definitely explore this. And I think each of you also can, do some study, contemplation and come and share. Okay, with those thoughts, I think we'll close today's session.
Sairam, there's one announcement. There is a talk tomorrow, May 2nd, by Brother Aruno. It's at the York Sai Center. So I will be sending the details via WhatsApp. So if anyone wants to have, anyone didn't get it today, please text me. My phone number is 416-886-6530. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you. And we love to hear your talk, Brother Arno. You always bring the devotion in your talk with your song. That Swami's like a Swami style talk you have. And also you bring the devotion and that in your face, and that the expressions that shows is really, really loving. Thank you so much. I have no words to explain. Thank you. Sairam.
Thank you, sir.
What time is sister? Time tomorrow?
It's from 9:30 to 10:45. 9:30 to 10:30.
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you. I totally agree what Arul said. Totally agree.
Yes.
I have listened to so many students with so many Baba's experience and experience and the teachings. Each of them are very good. Each of them are very good. And but Arul said here we can see the devotion and the love to Sai. We can see that.
Exactly. So this is going to continue for. There's a 5-part series.
No, it's not. So I will just explain, sister. So York Center.
Thank you.
York Center is planning to build a stupa, and it's a building extension project.
Oh, okay.
They were supposed to start it this month with the foundation laying and things like that. But that is because of the current situation, they are unable to start it. But because they had decided on this month, so what they have decided is they will have celebrate that at least through studying what it stands for, why this stupa, and what is its significance and things like that. So tomorrow is the first session. So it's a program actually, and I will be also speaking at that occasion. Swami has sort of made sure, okay, I better learn properly, So it's an opportunity for me to, revise. It's all about revision, Swami, it's like test, you will say, I have taught you, now let me see, how much did you understand, So it's like that. It's a public spectacle in the sense, in front of everyone, I had to pass, I guess.
Baba says, make yourself hollow so that he can blow his flute, no? So that's what Baba is asking. Become hollow.
Because usually we are not hollow. So he actually makes you hollow.
He makes you hollow, yeah. That's also good, yeah. Whatever it is, you become hollow, no?
That's very nice. That's very nice, brother.
And I also want to say something here. I don't know if this is a good time to talk to. And Sister Sivani was raising a question like in India, like a lot of people are suffering due to this pandemic kind of thing, and what I have contributed. We should also take that sort of as a region. We should ask ourselves and what we can do. That is my thinking. I don't know. Maybe you all take it into your heart and think whether we could do something. Please.
Why don't we start now with just a 1-minute prayer with the Swami, and we'll offer everybody pray now, and we'll close.
I know Swami, we can pray to Swami in addition to that. Is there anything else we could do? I don't know. Maybe we should think of in such a terms. That's my humble opinion. It is up to you all. We can pray now. Yes, definitely. Thank you.
In our study circle Friday, in our center study circle, Brother Rajagopal bring up and we pray the Sai Gayatri before we start the study circle, address the thing. And Brother Suman was there, so he was very happy. He said in their relatives also affected. I think in our Sai Center, lots of people from India, we can pray. Swami will look after. Sairam.
Sairam, brother, I think Brother Arul thinking in terms of money, collecting money so to some organization like that. That's what Arul is asking. So we'll think later about that. Okay, thank you, Sairam. We'll wind up, brother. Sairam.
Okay, Sairam, thank you. So as Sister Aruna said, we'll just pause for about 30 seconds and everyone can pray, and then we'll close with Samasta Lokaya. Oh, Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sairam, everyone.
Sairam.
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 Sairam. Sairam.